Good morning, everybody. I'm Craig Zaffe. I'm the CEO of Hemp for Life Wellness, Inc. And welcome to our weekly podcast, Everything CBDs and More. But before I begin, I want to thank our sponsors, Athletes in Cannabis, and certainly my very good friend, Reginald Grant. He's an integral part of Hemp for Life Wellness, Inc. So today's podcast is about CBDs and senior citizens. Now, as we know, as we go through life, a lot of people, choose, different lifestyle. And, over time, their health starts to decline, especially, when you get to be a senior citizen, you're talking your 60s, 70s, 80s, you end up with, numerous health conditions. It's all due to inflammation and poor choices that we made, how we lived our lives, and also genetics. So, unfortunately, most senior citizens are dealing with numerous conditions. Number one is probably, over time they added a lot of weight. And, having too much weight on your body can lead to, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis. Also, people have, various recessive genes, that run in the family. They start to get expressed as you get older. Most people, they turn to pharmaceuticals. There seems to be, for every condition out there seems to be a pill. The problem is with the pharmaceuticals, there are so many different side effects. They affect, so many different things, and you end up having to take another pharmaceutical to counteract the effects of the medication that you're on. Not to mention the expense. I mean, even though we live in the wealthiest country in the world, you still have to pay for your medication. And unfortunately, some people have to make a decision between food on their table or, buying the prescription drugs. So this is where, CBDs can make a world of difference to help you deal with your various medical conditions. Now, what is CBD? Where does it come from? And why would it be something that you would want to start incorporating in your lifestyle at this age? Well, CBD is a natural occurring compound that's found in the cannabis plant. Most people, when they hear the word cannabis, they think of marijuana. Well, cannabis is made up of, two different plants. You have hemp. It only has 0.3% THC. And then you have marijuana, which has more than 0.3% THC. And the difference between the CBD and marijuana, the THC in marijuana is psychoactive. It reacts with our own body's receptors. And, body receptors are part of what we call the endocannabinoid system. It turns out the endocannabinoid system, which was discovered in 1994, it's a biological system that all life forms have, and it's the largest regulatory system in our body. And it's in charge of the homeostasis balance of our internal health. And it's the master regulator, it's the traffic cop. And we have a total of 12 body systems that have to be regulated. And, the endocannabinoid system, like I said, is made up of, a couple of different components. You have the actual endocannabinoids, which are made within our body. And they, like a key in a lock, or they just kind of, have a, a relationship with our receptors. We have a CB1 receptor in our brains and our nervous system. We have CB2 receptors in our blood, our immune system, our organs, our skin. We have nuclear receptors They're actually in the cells themselves. We have G protein receptors, which, affects various functions of our body. We have pain receptors. You have something too hot, too spicy. You have a receptor in your tongue that lets you know it's too hot or too cold. And we have, these pain receptors throughout our body. So when you, stub your toe, that receptor is responding, letting you know that, you stubbed your toe. Now, what happens as we all get older, we become endocannabinoid deficient. And that's where, inflammation and disease starts. And it all begins with the inflammation. So by incorporating, CBDs in your life, you can help reduce that inflammation and help keep your endocannabinoid system running smoothly, because when it's running smoothly, everything's operating the way it's supposed to be operating. So, CBDs can help you, in so many different, aspects of your life, especially when you're older. I mean, most people, when you get old, because of, your physical discomfort, the ailments that you have a lot of anxieties. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of senior citizens are turning to, alcohol, pharmaceutical drugs. But there's been a tremendous shift now. More and more people are turning to cannabis, both CBDs and marijuana. Now, marijuana is not for everybody, but if you're going to use marijuana, you have to be smart about it, because most people don't realize, when we were growing up back in the 60s, it was not technically as potent as it is now, since genetically they have, bred more stronger strains. But the higher the THC, the higher anxiety rates go up. So CBD is a natural remedy for too much THC. It nudges that THC molecule off the CB1 receptor to lower your anxiety. So more and more, senior citizens are, turning to, medicinal marijuana to help them deal with their anxieties, some of their physical ailments. Now, some people, do not want to use marijuana at all. They don't want to, get, stoned. It doesn't make you a bad person. This is where CBD comes in. CBD, you get all the medicinal benefits without any psychotropic effects. So certainly it will help you relax, because, we're all under a lot of stress. Certainly, as we get older, senior citizens have more problem having a good night's sleep. And, so CBDs can quiet that mind down, help you get a good sleep. Now, certainly, most of us have added a lot of weight, after we left, high school and college. We're not as active. And all of a sudden you got, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 extra pounds on your frame, which is, not healthy. Getting in the way of having a healthy lifestyle and just doing anything in life is when you have all that added weight. It's more stress on your joints. You have more arthritis. Well, CBDs can help you lose weight. I mean, first of all, we are what we eat. So you have to make, smarter decisions on what you put in your mouth. Less processed food, certainly less sugar. I would recommend soda for anybody. And you have to realize, combination of a healthy gut, you have healthy bacteria, and you have a healthier mind. Because if you have, poor, health of your gut, not the right, balance of good bacteria, can affect your moods, get dementia, Alzheimer's. So certainly CBDs can help you, rebalance out your CB1 receptor, which is our pleasure receptor. Because when we have, sugar or sodas, we get a good sugar buzz, and then you crash. Well, CBD can help, just restore that CB1 receptor. So you have a better relationship between your brain and your gut, and you only eat when you're hungry. It can certainly help with all your negative thoughts. I mean, because there's so many factors that are affecting, our lives, especially when you get older. People just, are less focused. have more anxieties, they have more things which are affecting their mental health. CBDs can help quiet that mind down. Also, it's an overall health protector. So it's a win-win situation. CBDs have a great, safety profile. No one's ever overdose, but if you're on a lot of different pharmaceuticals, and you want to start incorporating CBDs and, marijuana in your life, you should talk to your physician, because CBDs interact with what they call the cytochrome P450 liver enzyme. Now, this enzyme in the liver is responsible for the metabolization of compounds that come in. So some compounds may be metabolized quicker, others may be a little bit slower. So there's a simple test that they can do, and they can tweak your medication. But everybody can benefit, especially, senior citizens. You can start to feel healthy again. You can start to, help you keep more focus. Certainly, if you're a caregiver, it'll help you deal with your own anxieties, because if you go down for the count, who's going to pick you up? So I would recommend to everybody, certainly, for yourself, for your parents, your grandparents, certainly if anybody's in nursing homes, everybody can, benefit from incorporating CBDs in your life. CBDs come in different forms, different delivery systems. You have CBD tinctures, which are drops you put under your tongue. CBD capsules. There's CBD bombs that you just apply to your, your achy muscles where you have arthritis. I mean, we have a great product, op6cbd.com. It's our op6 sports cream. We have two different formulas, warm and cool. Warm is great when you start your day. You apply it to those sore muscles. You do what you got to do. Later that evening, you apply that cool, have a faster recovery rate, and you feel much better. So I certainly would recommend everybody start incorporating CBDs in your life. And if you want to, use marijuana, that's fine, but you can get more CBD-rich varieties of marijuana. So you have more of the medicinal benefits and less of the psychotropic effects, but be smart about it. Go to licensed dispensaries. You don't want to go to smoke shops or bodegas or gas stations to buy, the CBDs, certainly cannabis. So I encourage everybody to go to projectcbd.org, become educated. You'll start feeling empowered. You'll start taking, charge of your health. And you're going to look better, feel better, and have a better quality of life. So once again, I'm Craig Zaffe. I'm known as the CBD Guy. I'm CEO of Hemp for Life Wellness, Inc. I certainly once again want to thank our sponsors, Athletes in Cannabis, and certainly my very good friend, Reggio Grant, who's an exceptional person. I'm very honored to have him as part of my team. So everybody just have a wonderful day. Be smart. By planting the seed, and think about starting to incorporate CBDs in your life and for your parents, all your loved ones, your friends, because we all need our health. So have a great day, and thank you so much.